One of the keys to Building Change's success has been listening to its partners and really collaborating in a deep way. The workforce development councils in the 3 counties are all really innovative, and they're really national leaders. They've each turned their eyes toward this population that's really the hardest to employ.
The Workforce Development Council of Seattle-King County is the largest workforce board in the state of 12 local workforce boards. We consider ourselves both a think tank for workforce development and a do tank.
Snohomish County's Workforce Development Council is committed to building a globally competitive workforce. We're listening to employers and finding out what their demand is, what skills and abilities they need in their workforce now and in the future.
We really increase the competitiveness of all the residents in Pierce County and our businesses. It's making sure that people have access to training, have access to employment, and we make sure that our businesses have access to that talent.
I think personally, a job is everything. It contributes to a person's self-worth and their self-sufficiency, their ability to contribute, whether it's to their own needs or to societal needs, their own families. And while housing and all of the other very basic needs are so important, we've really felt like the missing piece may be a job. And so while Building Changes was starting to get into the employment world, we stepped right up and said, let's partner and let's see what we can do together.
We're providing grants to providers in partnership with workforce development councils that increase access to job training and improve employment outcomes for people who are homeless.
I think it's really important for the employment systems to be working with families and others who experience homelessness. Not because it's just the right thing to do, but it's a good business investment for the community.
We're creating taxpayers by putting people to work, by giving them training. We're giving people not just jobs, but a lot of hope.
For us, after just 2 months and having a class of 10 graduate from a training program and having 4 or 5 already employed in the field that they want to work in, is really exciting because we see that as being very achievable at this point in time.
Our partnership with them has spurred, I think, innovation on both sides, on the housing provider side and the employment side.
And we've aligned what works. And we're not going to worry about the things we can't do. We're going to look at and apply the things we can do.
And so to have that infusion of flexibility and flexible resources from Building Changes has really been a blessing to be able to work with these families in a way that we've not been able to work with them in the past.
This partnership is perfect that way because it talks about the basic needs that might be on the homeless individual's minds right then, but also that ability to think forward, think into a hopeful future of employment, training. You mean I could really go to school someday? You mean I could actually find gainful employment and be self-sufficient? Absolutely. Those are the hopeful seeds, but very realistic seeds we want to plant right up front. It's a great partnership.